Good morning, everybody, and greetings from St. Dunstan's. Today is Friday, March 20th, and I hope that you are well at the end of this first week of the new normal, whatever that means. Even more importantly, I hope that you are healthy. I hope that you are taking good care of yourself and those whom you love and making wise decisions for your protection and safety. Today, I want to offer a reflection that I did not write. It comes from a pastor named Steve Garnis Holmes. And God bless him, he every day writes a poem, a reflective prayer, you might say, that he sends out via email. He also has a website called Unfolding Light, which I think is a great image. And I subscribe to his daily emails, and I will share that link with you in my communication later today if you are interested in reading his good words as well. Today's reflection is based on the 23rd Psalm, which is the psalm appointed for this coming Sunday, March 22nd. And for those of us who will gather online on Sunday, we will read and hear and pray Psalm 23, which is unquestionably the best known among the 150 Psalms in the Psalter. And it is this fourth verse on which Steve Garnis Holmes focuses his reflection today. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. He goes on to say, in this time of fear and uncertainty, we look with anxiety to the future. But the Good Shepherd leads you into the present moment. Anxiety is an invader from the future. The Shepherd of Souls offers us courage and comfort in this moment. Follow the path into the present. The green pastures may be distant from this shadowed valley, but they are greater than you know. You fear the smallness of your vision. Meanwhile, the Shepherd of Souls is here with us, leading us right now. Behold this moment. Behold the love. Look till you see beauty. Stay till you know. It is not protection from the future, but the presence of the shepherd, even in the darkest day, that is our peace. Trust that peace. Follow that shepherd into this moment. Be present. Stop and breathe again. No matter what happens in the future, God is here with you now. Be present. I love this image that Steve Garnis Holmes uses of anxiety as an invader from the future. And I am going to pray with that image today. As we know, anxiety makes our lives smaller. The word actually means to narrow. So, especially at this time when we are living in more confined quarters and the range of our daily movement has been constricted, we don't need to make our lives more narrow. We need to make them broader. We also know that anxiety impedes our brain's ability to process new information. Once our amygdala, that reptilian part of our brain, fires, we can't take in new data calmly and rationally. So this is a time when we really need, psychologically and spiritually, to do all that we can to fend off the demon of anxiety. So how do we do that? That's the question, I guess, the $64,000 question. My hope for all of us today is that we might develop a practice of trying to hold anxiety at arm's distance, at arm's length. I don't know what techniques and strategies work for you in terms of remaining calm and present, as Steve Garnas Holmes says. But I can tell you that for me, it's really important to ground myself, and I mean that literally, to put my feet on the ground, to walk barefoot. I often do that so that I can feel God's earth between my toes. You know, when God appears to Moses in the burning bush and God says, "Take off your shoes, for you are standing on holy ground." I think that's because God doesn't want anything getting in the way, anything between us and the experience of the holy. And so I ground myself whenever possible. I try to practice breathing deeply, as Steve Garnas Holmes suggests in this reflection. Breathing in the Spirit of God to infuse my body and soul, and breathing out that stress and anxiety, that toxicity, which is no good for body, mind, or spirit. Today, maybe you can get outside. That's what I plan to do. It may rain a little later, but I don't think it's going to rain all day. And I encourage you, if possible, to go out into God's creation, even if you don't leave your yard or your front stoop, just to breathe in that fresh smelling air. Today is the first full day of spring. We need to remember that. It may not feel like spring right now, but it is actually finally spring. And the flowers are out and the trees are in bloom. And it's a wonderful opportunity to get outdoors, to change our point of view, our perspective, and to ground ourselves in the glory and the presence of God. What can you do to hold anxiety at bay? Anxiety is an invader from the future. We fear the smallness of our vision, and we need to make our vision bigger. So I encourage whatever you can do to expand your horizons today. Do it. Read a good book, listen to some beautiful music, smell baking bread, whatever it is that you need. Please take care of yourself. Please take care of those whom you love. And please continue to pray and invite God to help you feel God's presence right now in this present moment. I will be back in touch later today by email with more information about plans for Sunday. I am hoping to be able to offer a short online service from within the church itself. I think it's important for you all to see your worship space. I'm working on the technology for that right now. And if not this week, then next week. But I am hopeful that this Sunday that can happen. Be in touch, friends, and I will see you soon. God bless.